Your beliefs run your life like a code, like literally like a code, because your belief is what tells you what the world is. A lot of us usually make the mistake of thinking that our beliefs are facts, and so that becomes sort of like the glasses through which we see reality. So we're all walking around with different beliefs, right? Now get this right. Whatever belief you have, you got from somewhere. Whether it was from your community or your parents or your school system, your education system, your religious system, you got from somewhere. You arrived here as a soul, right? Into a physical body, a soul condensed into a physical body, and you arrived here as a baby looking to make sense of your world, and you were taught what the world is. This is why someone born in, say, Southern Africa will have a different paradigm or different worldview from someone, say, born in Norway, based off, say, your culture, your traditions, and what you believe the world is. Someone who was born, raised as a Muslim, will have a different belief system from someone who was born to have an indigenous worldview of reality. Now, this worldview is predicated by your belief system. Anything you feel about the world, you think about the world, and how you act is based on this belief system. So your belief is literally like a code. It forms the structures of your reality. Just as maybe a code says, if this, then that, sort of like input output. It's the same way of your belief system. Some people have a belief, say religiously, that Jesus Christ is going to come in a few years. Some people believe that God lives outside of them, somewhere in the cloud, man with a beard. Some people believe that God exists within them. Some people believe that God is part of nature, and there's nothing that is not God. Matter of fact, even this microphone I'm speaking through is God, is a manifestation of God. So we all have different belief systems, and sometimes our belief systems make us fight each other because maybe there's a predominant one that has taken over the world, and so most people would love to adhere to that belief system and think all other belief systems are false, right? But regardless of what you believe is true or false, just understand that it is a belief system, and that belief system is your paradigm, is forming your paradigm, it's the glasses through which you see the world. So if your belief system has, say, red tinted glasses, when you look out into the world, everything seems red. If your belief system has blue tinted glasses, when you look out into the world, everything seems blue. So how you see the world is dependent on your belief system. This is the code running your reality, and this code is formed in your subconscious, or should I say your unconscious mind. It is the part of your mind that you're usually not aware of consciously, because it is the foundation of your reality. So that this is what allows you to go about reality without you having to think about it. And our unconscious mind, sometimes called the subconscious mind by some people, but I'm making sure to point out that this is your unconscious mind, right? Your unconscious mind is running about 95% of your life. Think about how you may be walking somewhere. You have a destination in mind, either walking or driving, and in between there, you are thinking about something completely different from your goal. But some way, somehow, your body gets you there. You're able to arrive where you were going, and you show up like, wait, how did I get here? Well, your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind was running everything to get you there. You didn't even have to think about getting there. You didn't have to think about walking. You didn't have to think about breathing in and out. All this was happening because that is your operating system. It allows your system to operate without you having to use your conscious mind to do that. The conscious mind then becomes sort of like the conscious part of you that can filter things in and out into this program. But whether you're filtering or not, sometimes things get into your subconscious and unconscious mind, and this is how belief systems are created. And this is how we all live in different worlds. And it's because we live in different realities by virtue of our perspectives, which are born of these belief systems. That's why people go to war. people fight over things because one person says no, it is A, another person says no, I can guarantee you by fact that it is B. So you can see how our belief systems are shaping the realities we perceive. So like it will be said, we all live in the same building but have different views. Well, your view is based off your belief system, and your belief system is your paradigm. So if you have a belief that the world that we live in is a world full of lack and there is not enough for all of us, then you will live in a reality of lack, or should I say, that is all you will see around you, because you don't believe that you and the next person or all 8 billion people on earth can all experience abundance, because you feel there is not enough. But someone who believes or sees the world as an abundant world and believes that there is enough for all of us won't fight over things, because they understand that you can win and I can win, you can have and I can have. So I hope you can see how your beliefs shape your reality. So if you want to experience a new reality, to have a different version of a life experience, you have to begin with your belief. You have to raise your vibration up to the belief level and examine what your beliefs are and see how your beliefs are shaping your reality and changing your life and causing you to see the world one way or another. Because if you don't change your belief, your world will not change. Primarily because if you don't change your belief, your unconscious programming, which is projecting the reality you see, will not change. And I use the word programming not as a metaphor, but literally to let you know that this is exactly what is happening. You know how you can get a computer, right? Let's say you have a physical computer body and it doesn't have a operating system. It doesn't have a base foundational software program on it. You don't see anything on the screen. It is after you've installed the program that you see something on the screen. So if you install a Macintosh program like an Apple type of operating system, then the interface you get will be an Apple interface, and that will look different from a Windows interface. And literally, this is how our reality is operating. The reality you see and experience is based off your belief system and is based off your program. And this is why you will go somewhere. Some people see snakes and have them as pets and love them, and you go to another part of the world, some people fear snakes, and the moment they see them, they kill them. And you can use different examples for this for different animals and so on. But all this is beginning from the foundational program, which is the belief system. So your belief system really creates your reality. It is the code that creates the reality, your reality experience. It is what determines your perspective of reality. It is what determines what you're seeing, what you're feeling, how you're thinking about reality, and in effect, how you are acting and reacting to reality. And that continuous loop just continues to create that reality that you have. So if you want to change your reality, if you want to manifest a new reality or live in another reality, you have to begin with your beliefs. You have to examine your beliefs, and you have to examine the beliefs that are dependent on that beliefs, because sometimes your beliefs have other stronger beliefs that are holding them up, and you have to do this self-work to go deeper within yourself and understand why you are the way you are, why you believe the things you believe, and how you can probably transform them to transform your reality. Because if you don't change your beliefs, the reality will remain the same. As always, thanks again for tuning in and listening, and I hope this has brought you some value. If you do have any comments or questions, do share them and we can continue this exploration together. Take care and have a beautiful day.